ongoing strike by the university lecturers is 5 months old, and its prolongation is putting stakeholders on edge. As such, the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has decided to hold a 2-day national protest for immediate reopening of public universities across the country. The NLC accused the federal government of not negotiating in good faith to resolve the crisis. The ultimatum will end on the 29th of July. BKO. Now, this has attracted the attention of the Nigerian Labour Congress, and it's so frustrating that a lot of people will put all the blames on the doorstep of the federal government, and they will say that, look, yes, the president during Salah, expressed concern that a lot of people now took it back to him that, Mr. President, the buck is on your table.
Yeah, because when he said enough is enough, Ashiru, the
Unilag Asu,
he said,
chairman.
He said enough is enough of what? He asked him back. He said enough is enough of what? So, because you've chosen not to negotiate at this stage. If I were the president, I would have called Asu by myself. And thankfully, you are an old man, so you have that father figure.
That presence.
Yes. They will respect you.
Call them.
Gentlemen.
My children.
Like, we can't go on like this. This is the situation. We do not have the capacity to do all of what you want.
I give you my words.
This is what we can do. Can you please bear with us? There is no Nigerian except the incurable hypocrite who does not know that we are going through a lot as a country. We are broke as a country. In those days when we say we are broke, they will say, oh, look at them. Jide is saying that we are broke. In fact, somebody went and wrote a column claiming that we are not broke. He wrote a column in a newspaper that Jide said Nigeria is broke. So how else do you determine a country that is broke?
Right.
A country finding it difficult to pay its bills.
Monthly salary.
That is the definition
Borrowing
of broke.
To pay monthly salary.
Borrowing to pay salary. The other day, the man, the accountant general, confessed to us that they've been borrowing to pay salaries. Even the World Bank has warned us that all this money you are taking from the CBN and calling it ways and means and all that, it has to stop. So if you have tons of cash, will you now resort to borrowing? You've knocked on China's door repeatedly. Even by now, the Chinese must be telling themselves that this visitor that always comes in the dead of night, we are not going to open our doors to him anymore.
At the point in time,
is that not the definition of
the state governor was so frustrated. He accused them of evil printing.
Yes.
To pay debt.
No, you got to a point that you know that Nigeria is on life support economically. Because politically, we are always very active. But when it comes to the real job they were employed for, security and the economy, they are nowhere to be found. And what's where this was, especially for the ASU people, is that they've been joined by NASU. Yes. And they have to be joined by NLC. That means we are going to ground the entire country.
It's not ASU alone, the non-teaching staff.
Non-academic staff and the
entire university system are now on strike. Yeah, everybody.
And I have extended family members in these unions.
Yeah.
They've stopped paying them.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
February.
Yes. They stopped the ASU 6 months ago, NASU 3 months ago.
And they are living under hardship.
Serious ones.
That's what will make even negotiation tougher.
My colleague, Demola Lawrence, he went to Osogbo and he wanted to take a chalet. And the chalet belonged to a lecturer. And he was dilly-dallying, making up his mind. And the lecturer at the point in time had to beg him.
This is the only money
this is a kind of lifeline.
Yeah.
That stay in this chalet.
So that I can make some money.
That I can make some money.
I've not been receiving calls from your
regularly.
They look, I've not been lecturers. I hope you know.
I know a friend who have to cancel the wedding of his daughter because he's not been paid for 5 months. He said he was going to cancel it. It was wiser counsel that prevailed. I just cut down the They fed it. And then we'll do
Because if they don't pay you for 5 months,
he said he's not
and
paid
you are
for
calling
6
people to come and eat,
And he said they cannot
hungry
go,
man.
that he has maxed out his basic level. They cannot go beyond that.
And
So
they'll keep rising.
he said, no, so we have to bring it
Some
down.
of
to
them now,
reasonable.
their landlords will be on their neck.
Yeah.
But you know, it makes them even more determined because we've done this before.
Yeah, we've been here
We
before.
did this before. I think under
This tit for tat thing.
Abacha regime.
Okay, I have Olufemi calling us from Lagos. Thank you for joining us, Femi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, Femo.
Yes. Okun.
Okunje.
I saw you saying Nigerians are broke. Are we broke?
Not
No,
Nigerians.
Not Nigerians.
No, the
Nigeria.
country.
The country.
And that they cannot give money to the ASU for these children to go back to school.
No, that's not
That's
what
not
we
what
are
we said.
saying. That's not what we said. We are talking in general
Okay, what
terms.
do you say?
We said that a country that is borrowing to pay salaries is a broke country.
Why are we borrowing? Excuse me. Why are we borrowing? When somebody can buy form of 100 million, when somebody can go to an election and drop 5 billion to share to the electorate, this country, we have to be paying for this country. Our money is in the hands of this money bag.
I agree with you.
We pay Nigeria.
I get the point you are making.
I get his points. He's not challenging that fact that it's not the truth
But
on ground.
you know
but
when you
the
look at
state-
the number of individuals
look at OPEC. OPEC gave us a quota during the time of the David West era because he was the one who fought for OPEC quota to be increased for us. We were saying, look, we can do much more than this.
Yeah.
Today, OPEC gives Nigeria quota. We are unable to even meet the quota. We can't produce enough. We can't even produce enough to meet the OPEC quota. That's why Angola has overtaken us as number one oil producer in Africa. Not because we don't have the capacity, but currently we are not even producing up to what OPEC expects us to produce. I've never seen a thing like this. All kinds of sabotage here and there, so much looting in that sector. So how will you be able to pay your bills?
Remember the story of the OPEC telling Nigeria that we know this is what we produce, this is what we are claiming. And nobody could explain this disparity. Was that bad?
No, nobody can say exactly how much of Nigeria's oil is being stolen on a given day. Nobody knows.
Is that bad?
Nobody. I once met a big Nigerian who said our house is not far from One. And she was telling me that, yes, she was telling me that from the export terminals, you see all kinds of ships will just come. You don't even know who brought it. They've taken the oil away. That you cannot say with certainty that this is how much is produced on a given day.
All right.